Alrighty, this is going to be my last video with regards to VIA. So I feel like I gave it a fair shake. I tried to do it on 4 different days, and with each of those days, there were struggles every day. Um, the struggles I'm referring to are when you do Via Blue, which is an hourly rate for their prime time, which in Chicago is 6:30 to 9, and then Monday through Thursday is from 4 to 7. During those times, you can make $20 an hour. Um, any hours in between that, you're making $10 an hour. The tips average about 50 cents. Um, I'm assuming they offer some kind of a percentage because tip amounts are really strange, like 65 cents or 78 cents or anything. So, anyway, tips are completely different than Uber and Lyft, but you take the tips out of it. A good example is yesterday. I got into the Blue Zone for Via, and it took me to a terminal that was 30 minutes away. So I essentially drove over 30 minutes for free to get to that terminal location. Besides that, from the moment that you are active in your day, meaning that you've either reached the terminal or you've been assigned your first ride, that's when the counter of your time actually starts. During this process, I was shooting for the 100 hours for guaranteed 2,500. And if you break down the pay rate between 50% of your time having to be premium time and 50% regular time, at most that you're going to make if you do an exact 50-50 split is about 1,400. And they take 15% out of that, so you're making less than $8 an hour. Anyway, within 4 days of driving, literally from the time that I was acknowledged of being active, which yesterday, like I said, was 30 minutes after I got into their blue zone, you drive non-stop. There is, if you're not driving a person, then they're routing you to a terminal. And then once you pretty much get close to that terminal, it routes you to somebody else. So you are literally constantly driving. So it isn't like you drive and then sit at a terminal for like a half hour, 10 minutes, nothing. You are driving constantly. So mathematically, when you break down mileage and gas and time, it's just not worth it. I did switch over to the Via Flex today, and I will more than likely run Via Flex along with my Uber and my Lyft. So we'll see how that works out. But the hourly blue, even if holding a carrot up saying, "Oh, we'll make sure you make 2,500," unless you're willing to legitimately drive and not really make anything, mathematically it just doesn't work out. It just doesn't. I mean, you look at yesterday, I made I had to look down, 31 hours, $31 for about 3.5 hours of time. And if I take the amount of true hours driving and look at what I normally make on Uber and Lyft during those prime times, during those hours, I would make a lot more than I am just driving for less than $8 an hour. So the 2,500 seems enticing, but number one, I'm not 100% sure it's actually obtainable mathematically without driving pretty much 8 hours a day, including weekends. And the other thing is you don't receive a live counter as to how much time or how many minutes that you have remaining on that $2,500 first 30-day goal. So that's just my personal opinion on how the first 30 days of Via Blue goes. Um, let's just say they're definitely getting a bargain for the people that are chasing that 100 hours and that 2,500. Um, I can make a hell of a lot more with Uber and Lyft and not even driving as many hours or as many miles or as using as much gas. So I might check in later down the road once I start doing the Via Flex. But as far as Via Blue goes, this girl ain't doing it.